Hi, I'm Megan Lane. We're going to pick up Trisha Foster and Brad Kilpatrick, and we're going to Burnstown to play the LANŞ Cafe. I got really interested in music at a really super young age. My dad was big into the Rolling Stones, and I was pretty obsessed with them because he played a lot of them. I used to put them on the boombox and like use the boombox as a pillow. My mom would catch me like cranked, with the music cranked, like sleeping on a boombox.
If you want to turn me on, baby, my bed. Ooh, the sexiest part you can show is your heart. The sexiest part.
Yeah, I started asking for a guitar when I was super young. How old would I have been? Like 5. And for Christmas, I asked for a rock and roll electric guitar, and my parents were super broke and got me like a blow-up guitar. I was pretty upset about that. And the next year, they, stepped it up a little bit and got me like a miniature, like really cheap little Costco acoustic thingy that didn't really play music. Then the year after that, I finally got an electric guitar, which was a miniature Eddie Van Halen model. Like it had the whites, it was red with the white stripes on it because my dad was a big Van Halen fan. Music never really like started at any one place. I think I was always into it. Yeah, I started really geeking out on scales and stuff when I was about 10, and then I started performing when I was 11. Started doing jams, and then started to get hired for bar gigs and festivals, and started touring when I was 12. So that's life. That was a long... I'm ranting. Working with Hawksley on the new record was amazing. First we got together and did some co-writes, which was a super fun experience. And he was able to kind of shape the direction of things a little bit and point me in the right direction, kind of really just pushing the riff-centric songwriting part of me, and got me digitally songwriting, which I hadn't done a lot of before.
Where you're from, there's too many like you, too many jokers.
It was a wicked fun time. We did a lot of, drinking wine, and like I did a lot of rummaging around in the forest looking for wolves and whatnot, and tons of fun times, and 24-hour musicking pretty much. So it was a super wonderful experience, and I'll value that experience for a very long time. I'm very proud of what we made, so I'm looking forward to showing it off soon enough here. Someday we will leave this town. This is the single for the record. It's going to be the single, which is coming out in July. And Ray Spoon and I wrote it together. We'd met a couple times playing music festivals and whatnot, and I thought, hey, like, it would be pretty darn cool to write with Ray. And Ray was down, said, yeah, let's do it.
Nobody's got your back. Nobody's got your back. So someday we will leave this town. Someday we will leave this town. Someday we will leave this town together.
We got together at my Montreal sublet and, just shot the shit for a bit and thought, you know, well, what do we have in common? We both come from, you know, prairie towns, and we're both, you know, weird queer people who have, you know, struggled through kind of small town mentalities. And so we thought we'd write, you know, an anthem for the underdog. Wherever you are, keep my heart springs from being an intuitive human. Like, I'm extra sensitive to energies, and I have a bit of a psychic nature that my great grandma gave me. So that song's a bit about conducting relationships with having a bit of a sixth sense.
If you want the king.
That's that tune in a nutshell. Otherwise, it pretty much speaks for itself. Cabin in the Woods is one of the last tunes I wrote, or one of the most recent. I spend a lot of time up north in cabin in the woods in northern Saskatchewan boreal forest. Being out there in the winter, there is nobody there but me, the deer, and plenty of coyotes, and a bunch of hibernating bears. So the thing I enjoy most about going on the road is definitely, it feels the most like home to me, I think, to be constantly moving. It just feels natural. Sometimes when I go home, like especially after a tour, I go absolutely stir crazy. So it's my most comfortable place. But the thing I enjoy the most is playing, like playing night after night. Like, I like getting tight with the players. I like the camaraderie you get with your musicians. I love absolutely all of it. Lack of sleep happens, but everything else is a good time. Whether you're playing for 10 people or 10,000 people, it's fun to rock out.
Thank you, guys.